Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. Now in this video what we have is this simple onion bhaji recipe. Delicious crispy onion bhajis. Very simple to make, always absolutely delicious. Now we have everything that we need to make them over here. I'm going to run through and tell you exactly what we have, how much all of this costs, and then we're going to make crispy onion bhajis. To begin with, we have 3 onions at 27 pence. We have 1 clove of garlic at 4 pence. We got half a teaspoon of turmeric at 2 pence, half a teaspoon of Garam Masala at 2 pence, half a teaspoon of cumin at 2 pence. We've got 1 teaspoon of mild chili powder at 4 pence. We got half a teaspoon of coriander at 2 pence. We got half a teaspoon of salt, cannot really cost that. I'm putting out 100 grams of flour, might not use all of that, but we've got 100 grams of flour at 5 pence. And we've got 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda at 2 pence, and we've got a little water. Now, if we add all of that up, it comes to 50 pence. And we're going to get 6 onion bhajis out of that, making each onion bhaji a fantastic 8 pence each. Right, let's get to it. The first thing we want to do is just chop these onions. Now this recipe is, as I say, this is a simple onion bhaji recipe. I'm not going to use the gram flour or anything like that, simply because I don't have any. And you know, it may make a slight difference to the taste if you're a connoisseur of the onion bhaji, but I'm just going to use plain flour to make the batter here, and they are going to be absolutely beautiful. Again, I don't like to buy, you know, a big bag of stuff which I'm not going to use that often. It doesn't make financial sense to me, seeing that what we do have will do just fine. Now, first thing we want to do is just chop up these onions. I'll get them fairly thin, like that. And that's all we want for the chop of the onions. We want them to break apart like this. I'll just take that little nub off the bottom, help them out. And we want all these separate pieces of onion. That's what we're looking for here. And that's what we'll get if we chop them this way. Excellent. Okay, they're good. As I say, any little nub on the bottom of the onion which is holding all that together, we can just chop off. Okay, get those to one side. I'm going to take that piece off there because that is causing it to sort of cling to itself a little. Right, now again, we just want to chop these up. Don't want them too fat. I'm probably making these, they look to me to be about 5 millimeters, probably about, you know, a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch, and that's going to be fine for this. All of those chopped, we're just going to get them into this bowl. Very good. Now I'm just going to break all these apart, make sure that they're all coming apart nicely. That's looking good. Okay, and with all these onions looking like this, all broken into individual strands of onion, if you will. That's the sort of thing we're after. I'm going to put some garlic in with that. So I'm just going to top and tail the garlic. And what I have here is a garlic press. I got one of these the other day. I've never used one before. Always just chop the garlic up, but this looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is just squeeze that garlic into there. That's all looking very good. Give it another go, see if we can get any more out. Okay, that's the garlic in. What I'm going to do here is put the salt in. We want about half a teaspoon of salt. That's probably about it there. And I'm just going to mix that in with the onions, and I'm going to let that sweat for a little while. Right, the salt will actually draw some of the water out of the onion, and we'll use that to make the batter. It'll just make this whole mixture a little wetter, and that's what we're after. And then we'll just add a little bit of water at the end to bring the batter together. Right, they've had about 5 minutes, and they have indeed started to sweat a little. You can see a little bit more moisture appearing in them, and that's what we're after here. So now we're going to add the spices, and what we have first is half a teaspoon of turmeric. Very good. After that, we have, where is it? The Garam Masala, and we want half a teaspoon of that. Should be able to get that teaspoon in there, I think. There it is. A little bit more in there. There we go. Next we're going to put some cumin in there. Again, another half teaspoon of cumin. And there it is. Now I'm going to put a teaspoon of this mild chili powder in. Obviously the spicing of this is a thing of personal taste. Pretty much put what you fancy in, you know. But I like this combination of the cumin, turmeric. We've got a bit of coriander going in here. I suppose if you were doing traditional sort of onion bhaji, you could put fresh coriander in there. You could put green chilies. But what I want here is just a very simple onion bhaji recipe. So we're going to mix all of this up and get these pieces of onion all coated with those spices. That's what I want. You see, they've all got a little bit of spicing on them. That's exactly what we're after. Okay, very good. Now, going to get some flour in there. So now we're just going to put a little bicarb in there. Just a flat teaspoon will do. This is just to help the batter a little. We'll get that in there. And now we want to start adding some flour. Again, I don't want to add a lot of flour to this. That's a couple of teaspoons really to begin with. And we just want to mix all that in until we get everything nicely coated in the flour. And we can feel straight away that's getting sticky, starting to stick together. But I think what I'll do is get a little bit more flour in there. And then we'll add a little water and bring this all into a batter. Alright, there's another teaspoon of the flour. Okay, now clean my hands off. All good spices there on my fingers. A little water, and again this is just going to be a touch at a time. Just to mix this and bring it together. We just want this to where the onion will start to hold itself together, sort of thing. That's what we're looking for here. That's getting close. As I say, a lot of the natural sort of water will come out of the onion with the addition of the salt in there to begin with. And this is getting just to the point of being a nice sticky batter. What we want to do is just see if that'll hold together. Yeah, that's nearly there. I'm going to put a little bit more flour in. I'm going to put a little bit more of the water in. Okay, and I'm saying that's looking good there. That's going to hold itself together quite well. And what we want to do with this is just take a scoop of it. You don't want to press these together too tightly, otherwise they're not going to cook in the middle. You just want to take a scoop of this, and then we'll get it on a slotted spoon and get it in some hot oil. So, over to the hob. Okay, and just to check and see if the oil is up to temperature, I have a little piece of onion here. I'm going to drop that in. It's practically bubbling straight away, and a couple of seconds later it's back up to the surface. So I'm going to say that's nearly there. I'll take those out because they will burn. So we've got them out. Now what we want to do is scoop some of this up, get it on a slatted spoon like this, and get it into a rough sort of ball. It doesn't have to be like really toughly compressed down. As I say, if they're too firmly compressed, they are not going to cook right the way through in the middle. So with the first one ready to go, we'll put it in the pan and just nudge it off the spoon. That's looking good. Okay, we'll probably be able to get a few in there at the same time. There we go. Now, I just want to keep an eye on that. It is browning very quickly. Turn it over. Just turn that oil down a touch. It does seem very hot. They are looking and smelling absolutely delicious. I have here a tray with some kitchen roll on, and I'm just going to take these out when they're done and stick them on there to drain a little. Add a couple of minutes either side, and see they're just about there. So we're going to take these two out, stick them on the kitchen towel, and then we want the same thing again. Spoonful of that up. We'll get it on here, sort of form it together. That's looking good. And that will go into the oil. Get another one in there at the same time. One delicious onion bhaji. This is nice and crisp on top. Beautiful. I'm going to cut a piece off this and we're going to have a taste of it. It smells absolutely beautiful. The whole kitchen smells absolutely fantastic right now with having had these in the pan. Now that's still a little bit warm from the pan, so I'm going to cut into it. We'll have a look at it. And most of all, we will have a taste of it. That is looking absolutely beautiful. That's an onion bhaji. That's fantastic. Look at that. Those onions are done right the way through, beautifully crispy, just mildly spiced, nothing too strong going on in there, but an absolutely beautiful taste. Now you can obviously have these as a starter for any type of curry-based dish, or any dish really that you fancy. Make a little bit of chutney or dip to put them in, and that would be absolutely amazing. It's amazing as it is, I tell you, but I could just imagine a little bit of tangy sauce on there as well. Very nice. That is a freshly made, homemade, crispy onion bhaji, and it cost me 8p to make that. 8p. Marvellous. And that is a very simple recipe to make. A very simple recipe to make, actually, and well worth it. And continuing the theme with these, what I'm going to do next week is a chicken tikka masala, an absolute classic. So that's coming next week. I'm going to serve that up with the homemade onion bhaji, and I'll also make a homemade naan bread for that as well. And that is going to be spectacular. But this recipe in itself, if you get a chance to have a go at it, do have a go at it. All gone. I'm tempted to have another one. Okay, don't tell anyone. I'm having 2 of these. So can I say, if you've enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more delicious, inexpensive and simple to make meals like this, do consider subscribing to the channel. As I say, 8p for an onion bhaji. And as I say, next week, chicken tikka masala. That's what we're going to try. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching. And that is the end of onion bhaji number 2. 2 down, 4 to go. Won't take long.